Oh, where did Shrimp go? What's up, people? Eddie Eds here, Attican Skywalker, the chosen one of YouTube, and I'm joined today by two very special guests, Mr. ShrimpZoo in Buffalo, New York. He's got his Clemson sweatshirt on, and the man himself, Mr. George Webb.
G-Dub in the house.
How's it going, ShrimpZoo?
Good. Oh, sorry.
How's it going, George Webb?
Good. Hey, everybody says, all of our haters, they say, oh, being in the Midwest, really, it sucks, right? It's like, what is the suck? Look at this. We're out here. We're partying. Give us a party song. Yeah, we got the fire going and everything. We got the select chicken with all the marinated cooking, and we're going to have some, kosher franks a little bit later, so it's all good. I'm taking over your show. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, George. Yeah, we got a fireside chat here tonight with George Webb and ShrimpZoo. Shrimp, I actually haven't talked to you at length since I left New York. How are you doing tonight, sir? And what have you been reading into the last few days since I departed the Shrimp Castle, as I call it? Oh, your mic, Shrimp. Hold on.
I've been following the news pretty heavily since we last spoke. I've been chilling with that same girl, and I've been working on like 3 or 4 videos. I just got them on hold, seeing if YouTube is gonna like let me release them, because almost every video now, YouTube is age restricting, even though I'm not swearing or like showing nudity or violence on any of my latest videos. They're all getting age restricted or banned. So I have a few videos that I'm just waiting to see, and I'm going to release like 2 or 3 videos today.
Okay, awesome. Well, that's good you haven't been deactivated yet, because that happened to George already. And we do have our store that we're selling ShrimpZoo's products, masks, and merch and stuff, as well as mine. And George's now too, which we're working on. And George has been the feature host of Neighborhood News Hour these past couple days. And today he interviewed some veterans. I don't know if you wanted to talk about that for a second, George, if you want to just give us a summary of what that was about.
Well, you went out to the horse farm with me, and this is animal therapy for veterans at risk. They're coming back from deployment. What happens is they get, sometimes their heads kind of knotted up from some of the stuff they've seen overseas, and they get into violence sometimes with the domestic, and they get into they can't talk to their kids, and all of a sudden they get evaluated with a bad evaluation, and they get put on the oxy or whatever. It's just a bad cycle. So what these folks here try to do is intercept and do animal therapy. And you went to the farm yesterday. Why don't you talk about that?
Yeah, we went to the farm. It's a multi-animaled farm. You got horses, they had a mule, they had some donkeys, some ponies, geese, and I think they had chickens too. They had a rooster running around.
Big horses, the Clydesdales, right?
Yeah, we had some big horses. They had one gelding, no stallions, but then I got to see the lead mare as well, who actually wasn't the biggest horse, believe it or not. So dominance does not have everything to do with size, people. If you've ever watched some zoology documentaries, so that was fun seeing beautiful horses and just a great mission they have there with helping veterans out with their mental health. It's something I think George and I both feel pretty strongly about. We both have ties in our family to the military, and that was a good experience. And today we went to there's like a Ford exhibition center where we saw the vehicle that Kennedy was assassinated in. We also saw other presidential vehicles as well, including FDR's, Teddy Roosevelt's, and I think there was one other one as well.
Eisenhower bubble top.
Yeah, Eisenhower. Got Detroit Dave, the trivia MVP, filling in the gaps here when we need them. So yeah, it was a good day. We just woke up, had breakfast, and spent a few hours there. And Tom, who we met a couple days ago, he hooked us up with tickets. And it was a great experience learning about that. So it's kind of what we've been up to the last couple of days. And as far as geopolitics on the daily, I haven't personally had time to do that. I've been doing my own video editing and such. So what have you been reading into as far as the geopolitics the last couple of days? And then what are those videos you're working on as well, Shrimp, if you want to go into that?
Well, it feels pretty nice that they caught like Joe Biden's son and called him out and all the censorship. Even though I'm not a Republican, to me it's super obvious that social media censors Republicans because like I'm viewed as a Republican, I'm misunderstood. A lot of people think I'm MAGA and Republican, so I'm automatically censored like George, Webb, and you on YouTube. I'm basically demonetized. Most of my videos get taken off or age restricted now, but it's obvious that they're censoring like Republican stories, Republican or conservative viewpoints. Yeah. So this is like most people's like first like intro into this actually happening. They're like, wow, people are actually censoring like stories on the right. Most people view that as true now. So that's just been happening to all three of us, really, on YouTube and social media.
Yeah. And I saw your comment on I think it was a video we did yesterday, your Trump 2020 comment. Does that mean that you are voting for Donald Trump?
Well, I'm not really going to vote because I know Biden will win New York State hands down, but I want Biden to lose because to me he's more conservative than Trump.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people want Trump to win because he's the only chance of taking down like the military-industrial complex, what a lot of people call the deep state or whatever, or getting rid of corrupt or douchebag politicians because he's viewed as the anti-politician, I guess. Biden's had like 4 decades of being in power. You really think he's going to help black people?
I don't. No.
He's not going to change anything because
Thanks.
we're at the point we are now because of Joe Biden. He had his chance to fix everything he wanted to fix. We're in this situation because of him and Barack Obama. They're in power for 8 years, and before that, he was in power for like 30 to 40 years. It's just dumb. Trump's been in power like not even 4 years, and I don't know. We're not in this situation 100% because of Trump. It's because of all these idiot politicians.
Yeah. And I don't think there's any doubt he's going to win New York. Biden is, but Paul Cottrell's still voting. So that way, I think maybe you can follow Paul's example there, Shrimp. You can just vote. But it's one of my goals, George. I'm trying to get Shrimp to vote, But I got him to post a Trump 2020 comment. So
I'd like to see I'd like to see a popular vote instead of like how we have it going right now, the electoral vote or whatever.
Yeah, with the superdelegates in the electoral college.
Yeah.
Well, I have a suggestion here. This may make ShrimpZoo feel better about his posting the Trump 2020. If he heard a Trump 2020 song, what do you think?
I think that could go a very long way, George.
Well, can we ask another person to join us here? Is that possible? Could we have a Trump 2020 song?
let's find out here. We got
Bring your
a
chair over.
star here. Her name actually is Star, Miss Tara Star.
Well, do you have a Tara?
Hi, everybody.
Youngest grandmother in the world.
Hi, I'm Nanta.
Yeah.
She's actually a grandmother, people.
Yeah, she's actually a grandmother.
Proud.
Yeah, proud grandmother. Tara, maybe if you could scoot your chair over and sing us the Trump 2020 song to make Shrimp feel better about his support.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for posting that Trump 2020. It really means a lot, and I'm really excited. So here's my message. I don't want to yell in you guys' ear.
But just like you're singing to Shrimp, don't worry about us.
Okay. All right. You guys can take it. Okay. So here's
We're
my
gonna
message.
take a break. Yeah.
So, walk away from the Democratic Party, realizing the message is shorty. It ain't you, the real folk, let the building on that blue. It's blues you will be singing. Brandon, you showed up like a dream guide up in people. So walk with me, talk to me. I'll be your friend until the end, even if we disagree. Even if we disagree. Everybody's got their own story. Family ties, experience of glory. Tell us how it is. Speak your mind and heart. People are people. We're just doing our own part. So come this day, walk away. The only party we rely on is humanity.
That's about humanity. That's about a humanity. Let's have a for the humanity in the hizzy.
Singing with Rambling Man playing in the background.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, they couldn't hear that. They couldn't hear that.
Amazing.
They couldn't hear that. They came out. They came. It's all right.
That's fine.
We got a resident DJ and Andy, aka Uncle Randy, in the background. So what Dave there was pretty provide for the pandemic past awakening night. Which Webb and ShrimpZoo, we are now in and stuff. People don't mind if you don't wear masks and stuff. We still wear them. We wore them today at the Ford Center. They were required there, but they are often not required in retail locations.
What do you think about
we
the mask where I live in Alden? Because people don't wear them here. Did you like that, or you didn't?
Yeah,
like
I would say it was just as informal, about if not maybe a little more informal. You know, it's a trend you tend to see with the more rural you go, the less strict they are, the more anti-mask they are too. I've noticed, especially with regards to firearm shops as well. But
You know how I think they're taking football a lot more seriously here.
Yeah, this is America, people.
This is America, actually. So you saw the football going that way. People are thinking about football. The Big Ten is finally going to start up next week. So I think this whole thing, people are tired of it, I think. I don't mind socially distancing and all that. I think that's policy. But at point, I don't know. At some point, you got to get outside.
Yeah, that's something we've been trying to do, get this sunshine in the middle of autumn, I guess we find ourselves in before we head into the winter. But we're, I think, for 18 days, the election, and we are going to be every day here.
You guys are pretty glitchy over
our
there.
channel, myself, and everyone else here.
I'm sorry.
We're glitching out? Okay.
A little bit.
You talking to Shrimp. You go ahead and see if you can pick up some of these comments here.
Well, Jenny Simon says we're cutting out a bit.
Okay. So let us know how it is.
Well, I don't know what's happening on their end. I'm not sure if you guys can hear me. I'm definitely about to release a couple videos today. I got another Dead Mall video coming out. Leave some comments if you guys can hear me. George, Webb, and Addie cut out. So I'm taking over the stream, I guess. How's mine? Am I cutting out? Did we see all the YouTube channels that got banned for talking about Biden's son? Yeah, everybody's getting banned over that. It's not fair.
Yeah, X22 I saw got banned. Amazing Pauly got knocked off as well.
SGT,
and I think this is just good news. Not to look at it strictly as zero sum, but it's good news for us because we're still on YouTube, so we can kind of hopefully get some new eyeballs from their audiences. But it's a decentralization that we're seeing all over the internet with BitChute, Parler, brand new Tube, which is a place where I'm putting all my content, and I'm really trying to promote over there. Get a really nice censorship-free service over there that I would implore people to go and give me a sub over there. I'm actually growing faster on brand new Tube than I am on YouTube, believe it or not. My rate of subscriber growth is much faster over there. But regardless, please give me a sub on YouTube as well. And if people want to find more George Webb, I know George has some very dedicated fans. Neighborhood News Hour is the place to go, as well as my channel if people want to do that. But Neighborhood News Hour is where we're focusing our efforts right now. And last night we just did a Jeopardy show of George's books. George is an author of multiple bestsellers on Amazon. I've read the majority of them, but not all of them. And if anybody watched the show last night, I got third place. But Detroit Dave, held down. He got first place, and then Aaron Adler got the silver medal. But it was just it was a fun time, really good experience, I think, that we had. And it's something I hope we can do it again. So if people want to tune in to that the next time we do it, go ahead and subscribe, please, to Neighborhood News Hour. And we're going to be covering lots of stuff, including George Webb, but not exclusively George Webb. So if you want more George Webb, go over to Neighborhood News Hour, and we'll get a lot more stuff, similar content too, geopolitics as well. We're kind of in this for the long haul, people, and we're trying to stay on YouTube as long as possible because that's where the eyeballs are, that's where the traffic is. And I'm sure we're going to see another wave of censorship, I would guess, before the election. At least one more big wave of censorship where they try to knock out the big fish on YouTube or Twitter. Even the New York Post is seeing censorship from the big tech left, and I find that a really big kind of, they're showing their hand a bit there. They're showing to tell when they go that big in terms of censoring the New York Post. Like you said, Shrimp, it was about
pretty much
the Biden situation.
You can never be left enough for the left. That's my problem.
Yeah. And you're still on the fence there, Shrimp. So I don't know how comfortable that is.
I want Biden to lose.
Yeah.
The left's gone too far to the left, more than the right's gone to the right.
Mm-hmm.
The right's about in the middle almost. And the left is like way to the left. There's not many moderates in the left.
Yeah, it almost seems like they're relying on their branding as the Democratic Party, as the People's Party, to carry them as long as possible. Because I think what you said earlier is kind of true, where the Democrats and the Republicans have almost switched to where the point where, Republicans are almost more Democratic in a way, in many ways. And Biden, like you said, is more conservative than Trump, however you want to look at it.
Look at what happened in Flint, Michigan with the water. It's all brown. You can't drink it. The water here is all brown. You can't drink it. It stinks like swamp water. And that was under Obama and Biden, Flint, Michigan. And Obama went to Flint and he fake sipped the water there. That all happened under Obama. They're fracking and stuff that happened under Obama. So they're not really that liberal. They're for fracking and big oil.
Yeah. Thanks to Kai for giving that subscription. Appreciate you, Kai. I know you're a regular listener. Laura giving us an audio check. Hope you guys can hear us now.
Can you get super chat?
We can get super chat. No, we can't. I am demonetized, and our pandemic podcast channel is only at 400 or so. So
We could do it.
Yeah,
We can do it on ShrimpZoo.
Yeah, ShrimpZoo's channel, you can do super chat. So that's good. And we got our store still running as long as ShrimpZoo stays monetized, which hopefully is the case. But if people want to support us, GoFundMe, PayPal, and Patreon are the place to go. I also got a subscribe star as well. And in the description box as well are the links to all of George's books on Amazon, those that have not been banned yet. Which is, I think, a rare air for an author to join in terms of banned books. I think it's a good club to be in, historically speaking. It seems to be a good company of authors who have written banned books. So we do have a couple of books here that are exclusive because of the scarcity principle. They're almost more valuable. And yeah, what's that? YouTube's Finest Hour got banned, right?
Somewhere Under the Rainbow.
And Somewhere Under the Rainbow. So those are the two I haven't fully read yet. Someone
and there you can read them here. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
And what's really interesting about this whole thing is everyone has said, "Oh, Catcher in the Rye." Catcher in the Rye was banned, and then Vonnegut's book, Grapes of Wrath was banned during World War II, and then let's see, there was a third one that I was going to say with Vonnegut. I think Slaughterhouse 5 was banned. So yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it.
And we were talking about Robert Greene earlier too. All his books are banned in American prisons, and they're starting to ban them in the UK prisons as well. So it usually means you're writing about something that is extremely potent and information that can be used as a sort of power in some way.
That's why Biden has to lose. Because, like, you can't even have liberal people like me talking about conspiracy theories or UFOs or whatever I think about coronavirus. It has to be, like, in line with them. And it's ridiculous. The left, at least some of the left, is, like, virtually burning books. The same as the Nazis. Like, Joe Biden's not Hitler. Trump isn't Hitler. But they are censoring people, and the right is not censoring people. And they are virtually banning books. It's the same as burning books, really.
I want to bridge you and George Shrimp with particularly with conspiracies, because I know you're not a huge conspiracy guy.
No, but I love getting into them. I don't believe in almost any of them, but like I also want the right to like watch Ancient Aliens and like stuff like that. I want to be able to watch Alex Jones and like even though I don't agree with him, I want to watch that stuff. You know, I want to watch George Webb even if I don't agree with everything he says. It's my like he's not saying anything crazy, and even if he is, he should be allowed to say it. I want to watch stuff I don't agree with too. I want to get into conspiracy theories. It's interesting.
I'm going to put you on the spot here, Shrimp. What would you say you agree with George on and or disagree? I want him to impart his conspiracy knowledge on you. Because we had some discussions, shall we say, when I was there. Very civilized about conspiracies. And I was trying to convince Shrimp of a couple. So I was wondering if you had any questions for George in that sense.
Post up.
I think politically we might be pretty similar. I think we're both pretty moderate in the center. Maybe libertarianish. I mean, he's voted Democrat before, and he'll vote Republican. And like, I'm the same way, just like the best candidate. And I like the libertarians. Coronavirus, I take it more serious than him, but I also have like more health issues than him. And like, this is just like, I'm just being an idiot wearing this right now. Obviously, I don't need to wear this.
Yeah, Eddie Gomes said you're wearing your conspiracy theory.
I think we both think it's probably a bioweapon or a virus that leaked out of China. Maybe Fauci did fund the Wuhan virology lab or whatever, or at least one of the labs or the Chinese CDC. We're not sure. I saw some Newsweek articles on that he did give like a couple million to them. So I don't think NATO or anything has involvement like George Webb does, but these are only guesses. I think it's logical that like a bat didn't crap on a penguin and then like a bunch of Chinese people got a Wuhan virus and spread it all over the world in like a month everywhere. I think it leaked out of a lab by accident. It was experimented. Maybe it was the original SARS. Maybe it was a new SARS virus. maybe it was being developed for like an AIDS vaccine or something, so they mess with the gain of function. This virus, I think, is mutating, and I think it's showing signs that maybe it was messed with. I don't think it came from a couple pets in the Wuhan wet market, though.
Sorry.
George is doing some directing over here.
Yeah, I didn't mean to be in the picture. I just wanted to get. Sorry, I don't want to jump in.
No, you go. Yeah, that's why you're here, George.
I just wanted to tell you that we're trying to get out and with Addie being here in the Midwest, introduce him to all these different people that come into the news hour. These are people who come from all over the country who want to get help on social media to do really good things. We had the animal therapy yesterday with Addie. Addie did great stuff and did some great interviews of this nuclear sub guy. But we also had today a guy here who's saving veterans from losing their houses or getting thrown out of their house. And so I wanted to introduce John Woodhouse just really super quick and let you talk to John. But here's John Woodhouse.
Awesome.
Hello.
How are you doing, Mr. Woodhouse?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Can you
doing well? Do you want to direct?
I'll direct. You talk.
So I heard you speaking a bit earlier with George, Mr. Woodhouse, but could you give ShrimpZoo and our listeners here, who these new channels here, so new audience, kind of your spiel of what you're trying to do and how that, as far as I know, the genesis of it was the 2008 crash. Is that correct?
Yeah, I saw the banks starting to foreclose on veterans, excuse me, and especially military personnel who were stationed overseas. You know, that's throwing their families out on the street more or less. And I just thought that was just dead wrong.
Yeah. And what are...
Call me John, by the way.
Okay, John, thank you. And so what would you say your objective is? And also, I wanted to ask you this earlier, but I didn't get around to it. What do you think the biggest obstacles were for you? If you could, I don't know if you could get into the specifics of that.
In terms of what?
Well, let's start with your objective first.
Well, the objective was to help veterans and military families who were facing foreclosure from a bank or facing eviction from their landlord. I wanted to try and help them avoid that, because when you come right down to it, a person who's homeless can go find shelter somewhere. They can find food at a soup kitchen or a church. Okay? But that costs a lot of money. And I think it costs a lot less money to prevent them from becoming homeless in the first place. And then when you factor in the mental health and physical health that goes along with being homeless when you're living under a bridge and in the elements, that just impacts them even greater, and the cost to take care of them is even greater. So my objective is to help them avoid becoming homeless in the first place. And in America, the richest country in the world, no one should be homeless, especially veterans.
Agreed.
Yeah. Why is there so many homeless in
California?
Why is there so many homeless in California? They have they have like a super majority Democrat state, like the only place with the super majority, I think, California. But it has it's also like the fourth or fifth largest economy in the world, the state alone. But they also have the most homeless in America, like homeless under every bridge in LA, and huge mega homeless tent cities everywhere. But it's a Democrat state.
Yeah, I don't know if you have thoughts on that, John. California's huge homeless problem, and perhaps how it varies state to state. But is your work strictly in the Midwest?
No, actually, we've helped veterans from Oregon, Texas, Colorado, excuse me, Florida, I believe Pennsylvania.
He's right here close to our fire here,
yeah,
so
smoke.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So we help veterans all over the country.
Okay, excellent.
And the website again is
savingveteranshomes.com.
And it's really a good website. You built that website yourself, right, John?
I did.
Yeah, he got Wix out there, and he got it in there. And really,
I'm not a website builder. I had to sit and play and learn and play and learn and play and learn.
It's really beautiful. If you want to just tell your friends on how easy Wix is. I never use Wix much, but savingveteranshomes.com. Check it out. Just for no other reason, just to check out what a guy can do who's doing a whole bunch of other things and only has a couple of spare minutes a day to build a website, savingveteranshomes.com. It's really cool.
And I want to give a shout out to Kay for checking in from California, one of my great subscribers. And you might get these questions a lot, John, but could you give us, looks like you were Army, right? And then where were you stationed, if you can ask that?
I was stationed after basic and medical training and everything at Fort Gordon, Georgia. But then I got assigned to Bethesda Naval Hospital for almost a year. And then from there, I went back to Fort Gordon, Georgia.
Okay, and Bethesda's on the East Coast?
Bethesda's in Maryland, right outside D.C.
Okay.
That's where they throw secretaries of Navy out the window if they talk about MK Ultra. Yeah, but anyway, that's a different story. But I was impressed, John, with your interviews today, and you also went out and visited the animal therapy farm. I saw that interview with you, and you're working together with other veteran groups. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, in fact, I was living in Tampa up until a couple of years ago. And north of Tampa, there's a farm called the Circle of Vets. And they do something like this farm is doing here, but it's mostly for veterans who have PTSD. Yeah, and their program is kind of focused on PTSD or risk candidates. So anyway, I just thought it would be kind of cool, Shrimp, to show you what Daddy's doing here. We put him to good work. I mean, he's involved with 2 charities already. Not charities, really. I'd say self-help groups. I wouldn't say charities. I'd say self-help. But anyway, they're really great because they take a little bit of money and they go a long way with a little bit of money. Not like government, which takes huge amounts of money and then gives a little eyedropper out. And then you wonder if it ever gets to the people who actually need it. These private initiatives are so direct. Yeah, and if I could comment on that.
Sure.
In our case, 98% of the money that we raise actually goes to veterans.
Yeah, only 2%.
Nice.
So
Wow.
that's pretty cool.
That's
so
pretty good.
So thank you very much, John. And I just wanted to let you know we're not letting Addie have any fun at all. We're just like, hey, Addie, do another interview, do this, do that. So it's really kind of cool. Yeah. So we've been working him just as hard as you were working him.
So here's the business card, people, and I'll put the website in the description box if people want to check it out and help out or reach out to John in any way. You will be free to do that. So we are doing a pretty diverse group of activities over here. We're having fun with game shows here at the Neighborhood News Hour. Shout out to Connie for checking in. She was watching us yesterday. And I was wondering, George, is there a slot open on the News Hour for ShrimpZoo? Could we get him in at some point this week?
We'd love him. We'd love him to be on the News Hour.
Oh, that would be pretty cool. Yeah, I would love that.
Well, Shrimp, what the News Hour is a big network. It doesn't, even though the building is here, it's not all in one building.
Even though we got LeBron James right here.
Yeah,
I'll be my
I've been
J.R.
watching,
Smith, and you can be,
you
you got your Kyle Kuzma over there, ShrimpZoo. So I'm throwing out some NBA metaphors here. So only a small percentage of the populace and viewership knows what I'm talking about. But regardless, we want ShrimpZoo on the News Hour, right, George?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
We'll let him. Go ahead, Shrimp. We'll let you talk now.
Okay. Well, I would love to be on the News Hour, obviously. That would be pretty fun.
Your News Hour Buffalo, as far as I'm concerned, that already happened, the first time I met you. So your News Hour Buffalo, and it's me, your News Hour New York, up until you get to, I'm trying to remember, the Hudson, until you get to the Hudson. Because that's Paul Cottrell territory.
Yeah, that's Paul Cottrell's stomping ground.
But you have most of the territory of New York now.
That's cool. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, and it really is about getting together and contributing and trying to defeat this. We have to be sensible, like you, with masks when we get close to each other and so forth. But if we can be at a barbecue like this, and everybody can be,
yeah. I wouldn't be wearing a mask if I was there,
Yeah.
I'd be
people are throwing
standing there
footballs.
outside.
Yeah. People throwing the football and getting ready for Big Ten football next week. And Addie's a big Wisconsin guy. He's not wearing his Wisconsin right now.
Yeah.
But
I should give me a heads up next time, Shrimp. I see you got the Clemson on there. Laura Willingham pointed that out. I didn't know you were a Clemson guy. Although I think I saw that sweatshirt in the closet there.
And
Yeah.
John, who we had on here a second ago, was from South Carolina. So, and we
Nice.
have another person here from South Carolina. So people are coming here from all over the country. We'd love to have you down here, Shrimp, just to Buffalo represent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got the New York contingent of Buffalo, Paul Cottrell and ShrimpZoo holding it down. So I think this is, basically what we're trying to do here is just spread the network out with quality people, really.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I want to go there, and I want to go to New York City to see Dr. Cottrell. Yeah, definitely want to do those things.
Yeah, let's do that next time I come back to New York, Shrimp. Let's go see Paul.
Yeah, I know. We should just like get a rental car for like a week or something or whatever, and then drive to both places or whatever. Should get like a van or something.
Yeah, I was a little sad the other day, Shrimp. I woke up and there was no Luna the Bull Terrier around, and I was like, oh, Luna's back in New York.
Yeah, my cousin said he would watch Luna, so I think we could do that. That'd be pretty cool.
Definitely, yeah. Luna is ShrimpZoo's dog. She's a 9-month-old bull terrier, very feisty, and we love her. So I was a little sad when I woke up the other morning in Chicago, I think I was, and I was like, oh no, it was West Bend, I think. And I was like, there's no Luna around. But
Can you guys believe we're getting trolled for saving veterans from getting thrown out of their houses? I mean, come on, trolls, go troll somebody else. We're not making any political statements. It's not any kind of political thing at all. We're trying to keep veterans in their houses. I mean, we're going to have all these people come in from all these different countries, like all the different DNC operatives from all the different intelligence agencies from all over the world. But we can't have a veteran who's gotten shot at and had their brain blown off. We can't have. Come on now, trolls, go somewhere else now.
yeah, and we do love our military here. We are investigating political corruption by governments. But George's dad was in the Army, I found out today. I have multiple family members in the military, as I mentioned before, as well. So, but even if you don't have family members in the military, I think it's still a key aspect of national security is having that strong defense. But still, as citizen journalists, try to prevent and be that fourth estate, right, where we keep the government in check and make sure they're using our troops in the best way possible, which they haven't been. So that's why we're kind of doing what we're doing here with not only the political corruption reporting, but seeking out these veterans groups. And when you got a name like George Webb, you can throw around, people want to come and see you and talk to you, which is really great. So we're thankful to have George here, and thankful for Aaron Adler as well, he's kind of the unsung hero behind the scenes, although last night he was featured on our Jeopardy show. So a lot of topics that we're covering here at the News Hour, folks. And there's Luna, and we are getting Luna T-shirts on the store soon, and sweatshirts if people want to support ShrimpZoo and myself, and George as well. George gave us permission to do his products as far as T-shirts.
Yeah,
and,
I'll say it again.
Sweatshirts and stuff.
All my book covers, any scrunchie, any statement that I've ever made that has ever been coined into a T-shirt is your property. I want you guys to do well. I really love this younger generation. ShrimpZoo, I don't know how old you are. I know Addie's 25, but I just love seeing these new journalists come into this citizen journalism thing.
Addie, how old am I?
Shrimp is 38 years old.
Yeah, you're under 40, so you can still tell truth,
Well, I'm getting old.
No, you're just coming in your prime, brother.
Good.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I was like, you don't even hit your prime yet.
Nice.
But ShrimpZoo is like the oldest millennial possible, or the youngest Xer possible.
Here's what's happening. People are having their hands burned off as we speak right now. Oh my God, 4th degree burns. There you go. Go quickly. Yeah.
Corn on the cob here we're grilling.
So it's really kind of cool to actually experience. You're thinking,
yeah, sinkhole.
Yeah, sinkhole. It's kind of nice to experience what it used to be like pre-pandemic, and people are doing the best to socially distance, and we're out here having fun. It's warm fire, throwing the football. I don't know. It just seems like old times. I don't know why.
We're having a lot of fun here. And what do you think? I don't know if you have goals for the week, George, or the time we're going to spend here. George is very off the cuff, I've learned. I don't know why, but I thought he was super type A, schedule oriented. 2 p.m. we're doing this, 3 p.m. we're doing this. Not at all. George is like, okay, we're doing this now. And everyone's calling and they're wondering where we're going next. And then George is like, oh, well, I'm hungry, so we're going to go eat now. And then he buys everybody food.
Well, and also, when somebody has a great idea, I say there should be about 0 seconds between a good idea and telling the world about the good idea. And somebody comes up with a good idea, I just say, okay, immediately I grab the camera and say, let's do a video about it, because you don't gain anything by having any secrets. The internet is the ultimate sharing machine, right? So, and there's Michael Lorette. We want him to come down. Can you read what Michael says? I don't know.
Yeah, research HHS, Operation Crimson Contagion, January to August 2019. Also, the Navy War College urban outbreak of 2019. Then tell me they did not prepare for this scandemic bankster Ponzi scheme bio warfare.
Okay, yeah. So Michael Lorette, not too far from us in Michigan. I've heard this Operation Crimson before. Crimson and Gray and Crimson is Ohio State. I think that's a direct reference to Lisa Page and Peter Strzok. Supposedly had a bioweapons program at Ohio State. What was the other one? Urban was a reference to Urban Meyer, who was the coach at the time, I believe, of Ohio State when the bioweapons program was instituted.
And Harry the Greek called us today. This morning we're leaving, and Harry's investigating Miss Page, Lisa Page, and her child trafficking, the adoption agencies, the European adoption agencies, and that's in
Strongville, Ohio.
Strongville, Ohio.
But we think, it could be just to bring in operatives, like the kids of these bioweapons, these Russians that were doing bioweapons. And then once you get their kid into the country and adopted, then you can get the bioweapons. The big bioweapons facility was in Columbus at Battelle. So we haven't directly tied. We've directly tied Lisa Page and Peter Strzok to the adoption agency. Is it a part of this Operation Crimson, this Project Urban? A couple of different, but they usually name it after something funny at the university, which what Michael Lorette is saying seems to point toward a Battelle bioweapons program being laundered through Ohio State.
And Harry the Greek, you can find him at brassballs.blog. Balls with an S, not a Z. So people go check him out. He's a fantastic professional. He's been doing this a very long time. I need to get into his research more, and I'm going to do that here. And I want to just touch on something that Nan said earlier. Major Prather has been kicked off Twitter.
Oh, no.
So that happened recently, according to Nan, and that's not good. He's now been kicked. He lost his radio show, and now he lost his Twitter. People want to see Major Prather's chat with me. You can see that on my channel. And we will see if Major Prather wants to give us an update at the Neighborhood News Hour.
We should definitely
I'll reach out to him about that, and he can because then you lose a platform and you gain a platform. So that's what we're trying to do here.
I mean, that totally sucks, because all these people that are getting deplatformed, they're not wacky conspiracy theorists. They're here's Michael Lorette. What does he say about?
Okay, so the urban outbreak in 2019 was the Navy War College and Johns Hopkins Physics Lab pandemic scenario. Okay, so is that outside of 201 then? It must be.
Well, the Navy War College is in near McNair, Fort McNair on the Potomac, and the Navy War College is up in Rhode Island at Kingston, Rhode Island. So yeah, what happens is they do these things as simulations, as think tank simulations, and then they actually do it in real life. They actually implement it in real life. They all sign the holy, they sign on the holy parchment, and then these things get implemented.
And you know who is an author that put me onto this, George, other than yourself, is Charlie Robinson, American author out of Colorado. And he details in his book, The Octopus of Global Control, about the simulations that they do, these training simulations that happen to fall either on the exact same day as the event or very close.
We're coming up to that. The anniversary of Event 201 is October the 19th. So the way the military works with synchronicity, set your watch to October 19th.
19th of October coming up here, folks. And it's the 17th, right? So it's 2 days from now, I think. South of 3 weeks to the election, people. And I call this the calm before the storm. And Major Prather said this earlier to, I think it was Dr. Cottrell. He says, this is what winning feels like. And I really hope that Major Prather, in his experience, that backs that statement is right. Because, I have to admit, George, sometimes it doesn't feel like we're winning at all. I don't know. Well, maybe you can talk to that, because you've been doing this every single day for about 5 years now. So I don't know. Did you ever get discouraged, George?
Well, I'm going to turn that to ShrimpZoo, and I will answer that after ShrimpZoo, but I'll have time to think.
Well, it's pretty hard to win against the government. It seems like you can. It's like the casinos. The house always wins.
Well, my response to that is I wouldn't be here. I was, if I didn't believe that a group of people who are open, honest, transparent, authentic, will win in the end against the closed systems, the fake news, the Smith Mutt, manufactured stories, etc. And this is why Addie asked me, is there something that I did wrong, or did I fill in the wrong blank somewhere? Did I go to the wrong website? Is that why you took an interest in what I was doing? And I said, no. And he said, are you? I
asked him if he was Mossad.
Yeah. He asked me if it was Mossad and all these things. I said, no. What I say is the answer is people like you, ShrimpZoo, people like Addie, citizen journalists, all of us who want to come together, learn the best practices, leverage off of our shared knowledge to win. How to win. We win every day, and then they strike back. CrowdStrike strikes back. Okay, the Atlantic Council strikes back. But then we, as a people, as a group of enlightened individuals, we always come up with these incredibly brilliant responses.
I was talking to the Daves and Andy last night about this, and when synergy happens of like multiple people coming together, and I mentioned it to George last night too, you get this multiplication factor of, the sum of the whole, I think, is greater than the parts, is the saying. So
right.
Where we're creating more energy, creating more value for the world than we are consuming. And that's much easier to do in person, which is why I wanted to see ShrimpZoo, and, ShrimpZoo wanted me to come out to see him. And I was like, let's do it. I was 100% with it, because it's awesome talking to ShrimpZoo, talking about Dr. Cottrell, talking to George Webb on the internet, but it's even better doing it in person and taking advantage of that physical body synergy that you get.
And it's great to have a young guy with young eyes. Can you read Michael Lorett's comment here?
Yeah, Michael Lorette, HHS Crimson Contagion was 9 months, involves 12 states, representing every FEMA region. This wasn't some small operation. So I'm guessing that included Wisconsin, because there's a couple FEMA camps there in Wisconsin. Could you give us a brief of who Michael Lorette is, George? Maybe a baseball card.
I've never met Michael. He lives here in Michigan. I don't.
Okay, is he a subscriber of yours?
Yeah, he's a subscriber.
Wow.
I recognize him very well.
Detroit Dave knows him as well.
I think he said one time that he lives up near Alpena.
Alpena, he lives near the Air Force Base. I think
Alpena is on the east coast of the state of
like
Michigan.
the thumb of Michigan.
Well, it's above the thumb.
So okay.
It's like, on the hand map, it's right here.
Okay. Yeah, and that was not far from where the famous Peter Strzok had a lot of different air bases that he seemed to be in control of. So we might want to move a little closer to the fire.
Yeah, we're going to move closer to the fire here, people. The Fireside Chat with George Webb and ShrimpZoo.
He's always narrating. That's what I notice about Eddie. If you could move yours, but that's good. I mean, that our death will be narrated. It would be like Kennedy.
And I'm gonna put George in a headlock later.
Yeah. The headlock.
A chest headlock. Hopefully.
He wants to play me in chess, and so far I think that's gone pretty well for me.
Oh,
yeah. I don't know why he's
playing
chess 3 times.
But so read that one more time. Let's get back to our transition. There you go.
Yeah. So Michael Lorette's up in the UP, as far as we know, HHS Crimson Contagion, 9 months, 12 states, every FEMA region. was not some small operation. So what's the name? Crimson Contagion, HHS. So we got another citizen journalist in the chat there. Thanks for that, Michael Lorette. Connie Bevan. George has a knack of picking out great people, Addie. Oh, thank you, Connie. I think you're right about that. We got, and there's Luna. And so, ShrimpZoo, another great person that George has decided to speak to. So we're grateful for that. See Millie Weaver's new Shadowgate video. Excellent. Millennial Millie, as she calls herself, even though she's like a decade older than me. But we'll leave it at that.
Ouchie, ouchie. Yeah, okay.
Questioning the title.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, creating best journalism. I don't want any beef with anyone, guys. Never stop. Have to keep moving. In the end, will we prevail? There's always one guy who's wondering where Paul Cottrell is.
Yeah. It's not. It's called a series. It's not just the Paul Cottrell show. Yeah. We love Paul. But there it is.
Paul's like
Is
George
ShrimpZoo-
in that
does
sense.
ShrimpZoo know Don Cherry and his dog Blue, the bull terrier? That was the bull terrier that I remember more than the Target dog.
ShrimpZoo, you know Don. What's his name?
Don Cherry.
Don Cherry and his bull terrier. There's ShrimpZoo and Luna.
Oh, that's Luna?
Yeah, there's little Luna.
Yeah.
She's a spicy girl.
Oh, Luna, look at you.
Yeah.
She's little.
Oh, she's sweet.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
little, but she's muscular. She's if you pet her, you're like, okay, she's got some muscle on her.
Now, what does Michael say there?
Hey, George Webb, check out IWRP, DIWRP.org. You know what that is, George? IWRP?
Dave will look it up and give me the fast action here. IWRP.
I'm just a dumb bricklayer, and I tattoo sometimes. Hey, that's not true, Mr. Lorette. You're a very intelligent bricklayer, and we love our bricklayers over here at the News Hour.
Information Warfare Research Project.
Information Warfare Research Project. Even though we look like we're all just having fun around the fire here, right? You would think that we're all just eating the corn on the cob that came off the fire, but no. Through the magic of cell phones, we've got Dave doing the quick update information. What is it again?
Don Cherry update. It's
No, give me the IFPW again, or I don't need to know about the dog as much.
The Don Cherry.
Information Research Project.
Says your Spay War what?
Your Spay War pal runs IWRP. Do you know what Spa War?
Oh, your Spay War pal.
Is that Ken?
Is that Ken Hale that runs that?
Does Ken Hale run that program?
Uh-oh, Ken. I think we're on your Battelle
Oh, boy.
bioweapons, Ken. Oops. The bioweapons you sprayed in Libya are coming back. It's blowback, Ken. It's blowback
I
time.
hate
Yeah.
white rabbits.
Oh, I hate the white rabbits when the rabbits die the next day, Ken. Oh, yeah. What does that say?
News Hour. Been looking for a resident bricklayer. Looks like Mr. Adler's tuning in.
You know what?
Down here. If we send a car, will that help? You know what's funny is I think he's completely serious.
You know what? He loves brick. Aaron loves brick, and he wants to do a studio in brick. So come on down. We'll hit that with some nice soft light. And he called it the Brick Studio, the Brickworks. I think he was talking about. Yeah.
Exposed brick.
And ShrimpZoo has brick colored Clemson on tonight.
And a Carhartt hat, which is a Detroit company.
You got Carhartt going on? You sporting some Carhartt? Oh yes, he is.
Yeah. I only wear Carhartt hats, pretty much.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's an interesting guy, ShrimpZoo. Lives on the East Coast. He kind of dresses like he's like in a hip hop video, but then he also wears Carhartt. So, well, we're gonna open up to questions here, people. Before we sign off, if anybody has questions for George, myself, or ShrimpZoo, we're gonna do that before we sign off here. I'm gonna move on the other side of George. White rabbits.
We're getting a lot of smoke. Oh no, it went the other way now.
Oh, here we
You're
go.
Good. You're
I'm
good.
safe.
You're good.
You know the trick now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave told me the trick. You guys say white rabbits and the smoke
No, I hate
goes
white
away.
rabbits.
Oh, I hate white rabbits.
And
there it
makes
is.
the wind change.
What? You don't like white
We got the
rabbits?
lighting here now.
Yeah.
There
Wow,
we
this
go.
is dramatic right here.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think the smoke changes if you say I hate white rabbits?
I don't know, maybe Dave can help us out on that
Because when
one.
you're like a camper, when you're a little kid, and they tell you that, you believe everything your counselors tell you because you don't know any better.
I see.
And Linda, I know that's you. I know your name isn't Sean, so don't worry about that. Her name is Linda. I don't know why she uses. I think it's her son's or her husband's YouTube account. So shout out to Linda Burns for being a supporter of many months of mine. Nan again, move over Masonites. We got the Brick Boys. Are you related to Gary Webb?
No,
George?
no, I'm not. I'm
while
a big
we're on this-
admirer, but
okay.
I'm not related.
While we're on this topic, are you related to any Webbs in alternative media other than
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Whitney Webb is not related. I don't believe.
Okay. Awesome.
I mean, go back to Henry II. That's where the Webb I'm related to. So
Henry II.
Henry II. He was. You know, it's kind of a funny deal there. After they took over England, they said, "Hey, where else could we go?" And they said, "Well, Ireland. They got a lot of stuff we could use." So they outfitted. They got all these armies. They got the Scots. They used the Scots as a mercenary army, and they were the Black Irish because they were not really from Ireland, but we certainly will take all your stuff. So I shouldn't have said this, but the Webb family is, you have to spit in Ireland if you say the Webb name, because the Black Irish, they were the manor lords, and the Irish were the serfs, of their manor. But this goes back a ways. And we don't need to necessarily go down that rabbit hole. But
that's a show. That's another show.
Because I actually met somebody that was a Black Irish, and I didn't know what the significance.
Well, they also say the Spanish. There's another connotation. But what does Michael say here? This is a big find here.
Oh, here we go. So this is again on the IWRP. Prior to joining industry, Rear Admiral Bachman served in the U.S. Navy for more than 35 years in the aerospace engineering duty officer community. And Michael, if you ever want to email me or message me, please feel free. addyads@pm.me for my email. Otherwise, Instagram works all the same. Cottrell channel did interview with Prather today. Go check that out, people. Major Prather and Dr. Cottrell spoke today and did a show.
We're doing a show tomorrow at 9 a.m.
with Paul.
With Paul.
Okay,
yeah.
So tomorrow morning, guys, I'm talking with George Webb and Dr. Cottrell. And that'll be on Doc Cottrell's channel.
Yep. So
check that out. I'm invited to the Sunday morning Webb Cottrell chat, so I feel grateful for that. I got DJ Ronnie G checking in as well, and I just want to.
There's another Michael Lorette. Oh,
here we go.
Is that the Bachman?
Yeah, Rear Admiral Bachman's career culminated in his 5-year tour as the commander, Space and Naval Warfare Systems Command. Okay, that's what SPA War is, Space and Naval War Systems Command.
So Bachman, is that related to Michelle Bachman, I wonder?
Comprising over 12,000 employees and a budget. Oh my gosh, we're getting the smoke here, people.
I hate white rabbits.
I love my white bunny rabbits. I love my white bunny rabbits. I wrote 3 times. I love my white bunny rabbits.
we got a little bit of thing going on there. There's Eddie.
Yeah, I switched over. So let me just go over any last questions we have here, people. So again, I'm going to plug our show tomorrow, talking with Doc Cottrell and George Webb. And I want to hand it off to Shrimp before we sign off. Do you got any final thoughts, Shrimp? What people can look for from your channel? I know you said you're doing a couple editing videos. Shrimp loves to do those. He's really talented. He actually did most of our intro. I just did the song and I added a little flair to it. But ShrimpZoo has some very good video editing skills. So any final thoughts, Shrimp? Oh yeah, go to that. Say that.
Definitely pick up hand sanitizer from the ShrimpZoo.com. Me and Eddie Ads are selling this, so definitely pick this up. We have like peaches and cream and creamsicle, so it smells better than the regular alcohol-based stuff.
And again, ShrimpZoo merch, George Webb merch.
Check my channel out. I'm gonna come out with some new videos tonight and tomorrow.
And check out ShrimpZoo's Patreon, and George Webb's Patreon is still available. They haven't kicked him off there. So if people want to support George Webb, or the Neighborhood News Hour as well, any of us guys, please feel free to sub. Oh, and ShrimpZoo, looks like Aaron's pitching in before we sign off here. Let ShrimpZoo pick our game show of the night tonight.
Okay, ShrimpZoo, you have the gauntlet. You can pick what game we're gonna game up with tonight.
So last night it was Jeopardy.
Yeah,
Day one on Jeopardy.
In Detroit, family. Dave brought that home. But yeah, if you have a game show,
Wheel of Fortune, I would say then.
Done. We'll spin the wheel, and Taro will need to sing a song. If she gets Smith Munt, well, that's just too bad. She's got to sing a Smith Munt.
I gotta lie.
You got to lie. You got to lie. You can't do anything that's true if you do the Smith Munt song.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone, to our Fireside Chat here on the Pandemic Podcast, The Great Awakening with George Webb. And we got Deborah, Tara Star, Uncle Randy, Andy, and Detroit Dave in the building for the Fireside Chat. So I want to just thank everybody for tuning in. Subscribe, like, message us if you guys want to, and stay frosty. And we'll see you all next time.
There you go.